just got a trailer for the final episode of the Owl House called The Washington Dreaming yesterday, and for the past few hours, I've just been analyzing it, screenshotting certain frames, thinking of thematic beats, and I think I have finally figured out what is going on in the trailer and what that means for the episode. Now, first of all, we have Luz in two different outfits that we see throughout the promo. First, we have her Azura costume, which she's been rocking all season, and it's probably just from the first part of the episode, first 10 or 20 minutes, but then we also have another one, which is a lot more interesting. Her other costume is one that looks a lot like Emperor Belos. Has the same color scheme, the gold, the white, the black, and this is most interesting because when she was in her Azure costume, she had that greenish line on her hands that we can identify with Emperor Belos, or more specifically Philip. I think you know where I'm going. Something of note is that when Luz is in her Bellows-like costume, she has gloves on the whole time, so we can't tell if she has Bellows marks. If I were to guess, I think when Luz is in her Bellows costumes, it's not only in one of the collector's games, like he says in the trailer, but a dream or an illusion. Now, first of all, we know that Willow tells Luz in the trailer that Luz has to wake up. So because of that, we know that Luz will be in some trance-like state at some point in the episode. But to me, the biggest reason I think Luz is in a dream or a game or whatever you want to call it, and it's just a lot of evidence pointing to Luz fighting her friends. At the end of the promo, we have a scene of all the main teenagers, besides Luz, getting ready to fight, getting their poses on. But something you might not notice is in the last few frames, like 5, we get a shoe. Now, the shoe is a pointy one, like worn by the members of the Emperor's Coven, but of course that coven doesn't exist anymore. So then I thought, is it Rain? But if you look at a photo of Rain that we see in this trailer, it just isn't him. But it's Luz. In one of the shots where she's running away through the castle in Belos' outfit, we clearly see that Luz is wearing these pointy shoes. So here's my guess as to what will happen and how it will tie up all the Luz mysteries throughout the trailer. Different costumes, lines on the hands. Luz is going to go to that in-between dimension state in season where she was in season 2, where she was talking to her mother. By that time, if not at that time, she would get a little bit of Belos inside her, and maybe needing some of that Belos goo to get into the in-between zone, like it has Titan's blood or something because of the Palisman. Also, I will say that in-between zone is where the collector is, so maybe he has something to do, but she will get into that zone. She will have the hands and get Belos connected to her at that point. Because when she's in the in-between zone, she has line on her hands. That's where it's most saw. After that, she will have guilt building up because she's turning into Belos, she thinks, and if her friends find out, she thinks she'll be seen as a monster, so she hides it like she starts doing all too often. Then, in her last game with the Collector, which is going to be the duel, or the championship, so to say, he will put her in a dream where her worst fears come to life, just like with Grom. But now, instead of her worst fear being Luz's mother or Ida not accepting Luz, it will be Luz turning into Belos, the thing she sought to destroy, and seeing her friends turn on her, that they won't like her anymore for, I guess, who she is or something. I really like the idea. As one, it gives resolution to the Grom episode there. Luz couldn't defeat Grom and needed Amity for that help, and in that episode, Amity's fear was that Luz would reject Amity, and now it'll be that Amity will reject Luz. That's amazing. It would be a nice callback to that episode, and now Luz would be sufficiently mature to face Grom on her own, or just whatever it's called, and own up to her emotions. Of course, it won't be Grom, but it will be something similar, I assume. I think that the friends that she'll be fighting will actually be real, and are forced to turn on Luz due to Collector's magic, whether it's Puppet or some other type, but they will break the trance, and then they'll be pulled up into the sky, which happens right because we know they will, but that happens right after Amity holds hands with Luz, and then they get pulled up, so that would show that they're getting out of the trance. That could lead into what I think is Amity's hand turn into what people think is Amity's hand turn into a puppet. I personally don't think that is the hand of Amity, but the hand of Amity's mother, mainly because Amity now has the purple hair, and that's the same mint green that's only worn by Amity's mother. It could be Amity, but even if it's not, I think they will turn into a puppet. I just don't think that frame is Amity, but she will be turned into a puppet, I think. And maybe, after all the friends don't work on Luz, the Collector will use some stronger magic and send Ida and King to fight Luz. We see in the trailer a shot where King and Ida have these glowing eyes and King has a tear in his eye. Also, where they are looks like an area close to the arena where Luz fights her friends. You see the whole ribcage thing. And it could also just be what comes right after. One more thing. The Bellows version of Luz walks by versions of Principal Bump and a few other students toned to stone. My best guess is that we know they were already puppets because we found out. And for the future, I'm guessing this is in the dream and it will be like Luz killed them and she's all scared like I'm a monster. I'm not sure on that one. That's my best guess. No evidence necessarily besides she's in the Bellows costume. So let me know what you think about that in the comments. But we also have a scene where Gus and Willow are flying through the Collector's castle, and Gus has some puppet on his back with green hair. I originally thought that was Willow in her Grudgby suit, but here are all the Grudgby suits from the Grudgby match. It isn't her. My guess as to what's going on in this scene is that before all the friends go to fight Luz, they try to save her, but the Collector catches them, and after that, they're forced to fight Luz. And as to who Gus is carrying, I have no clue. Once again, it has that same mint green color scheme, which is connected to the blights, but it doesn't look like any blight, we know. And the glove color doesn't match the hand from the start of the trailer. Trust me, I checked. One more thing, Gus is getting a costume change after the flying and the duel, because in the flying he still has his Halloween costume on, which we see earlier in the trailer when all the friends are together in that eye, I'm guessing the Eye of the Titan. And then in the fight he has a blue suit on. Gus seems to be the only one with costume change, and although Amity's suit seems to be colored a bit differently, I don't know. Gus' suit does remind me of the Grom Day. I don't know. Is it Grom? It might be. The other loose threads left over from the trailer are Bellows and what will happen to Ida and King. They don't mention it much. There's not enough for me to make a theory of, so if there's anything else I'm missing, let me know down below, but these guys, I don't really know what's going to happen. I can only speculate, but no evidence. But now, it's time to connect all my theories that I've made into one timeline. So first off, all the characters from Thanks to Them, which are just the human gang, all the teenagers, they will come to the Eye of the Titan. From there, they will find a way into the castle of the Collector. At some point around there, Luz will go to the in-between world and will also get a part of Bellows attached to her. When they arrive, Luz will meet up with King and Ida like we see in the trailer. I think the rest of the group will go to the hall where the puppets are kept and try to free their family. I know Gus was struggling with it when he saw his father earlier. Then the Collector will come with Lilith, who will be captured and turned into a puppet like we see in the trailer. And then he will capture Luz, King, and Ida into those bubbles and begin playing games, at least with Luz. I mean, I assume he's mainly just going to be playing games with Luz because that's who he's always trying to mimic in his game, The Owl House with King. But I don't know, maybe others, but again, no evidence to that. The teens will go and try to save Luz, flying through the hall like we see, and they will eventually get captured. Luz will survive all the games like the Pac-Man and all the other ones. We've only saw the Pac-Man and the final one, which is the Grom-like game, and there she will break free of her trance after fighting everyone, and she'll face her fears, I guess. After Luz breaks free of her dream, I think she will finally tell Amity about whatever is happening to her with Bellows, and if Luz will stay or not. That's a big plot point from the previous episode, and I feel like that would be the perfect time. And she's finally faced up to her fear. She's not scared of the rejection of Amity anymore. And how the episode will end, I have no clue. I think the trailer was really good, where it showed enough to get a good grasp on what will happen at the start of the episode, but after that, in the second half or something, I have no clue. And that's all I have found in the trailer. Let me know in the comments down below if you found anything else, and check the comments to see what others have to say. Together, I do think we can crack the case and find out all the mysteries. Watching and Dreaming is getting so close, and it's shaping up to be very good. And I mean, I care about it so much. I'm posting this video less than a day after posting my previous Owl House video. Check that out. Although I have my doubts, I think this episode will be good. But let me know your hopes and fears for the episode down below, because it could be good, but there's a lot that does worry me. Thanks for watching. If you want to see why the world building of the Owl House works so well, make sure to click on this video. Subscribe for more Owl House videos on the way, and more theories if trailers do come out. Once again, thanks for watching. I've been Fictional Fanatics, and until the next one, bye.